so we're talking about Vaughn's Velvet Telecaster pickups. These are what the custom builders have been calling the guitar selling pickups, because evidently every guitar they put them in sells guitars.
Right.
And
this
so,
is a DrMojo guitar.
Yeah, DrMojo. If you haven't been hip to his things, I mean, this is in fact a guitar that that certainly looks like it was built, 50 or 60 years ago, but but it's not. And the good doctor, as I call him, does all kinds of stuff to this guitar to not only make it look vintage, but sound vintage as well. And some of it are actually closely held secrets that are known only to us and Kim Jong-il or something like that.
God.
He ain't done
Yeah,
it.
right.
So, but at any rate, the pickups we're talking about are these Velvet Telecasters, and what makes them actually something very unusual is, one, Alnico 2 magnets, which are, as I like to call them, the kindest and gentlest of all pickup magnets. And they're just sweet and warm and syrupy and complex and all that kind of stuff. And of course, the other thing that everybody sees right away is the fact that the neck pickup does not have that cover on it. And the deal is, when Leo invented the Telecaster, it wasn't the bridge pickup and the neck pickup. It was the lead pickup and the rhythm pickup.
And I've played a 52 Tele. We were talking about this last time.
Fluff.
Yeah, it's nothing. Like it sounds like a crappy jazz box. Like they're almost unusable. So
and the truth is, over the years, unfortunately, neck pickups have still been kind of so. The way I always looked at it is, anyone who's heard me wax on, the crap that I do about this, here comes my little soapbox and my little box of crap that I pull out all the time, is that Strat players, if you ask a Strat player, hey, if you could play anything in the world, what would you be playing? And they're going to say somewhere between, like a 57 and a 62 Strat, probably, is what they're going to say. And if I say, well, what pickups would you have in them? They go, factory pickups, dude. Les Paul players, same way, man. Hey, 59 burst, baby.
Right.
What pickups would you have in them? The original pickups, dude. What do you mean?
Of course.
But when you start talking to Tele players, it changes completely. Okay, what would your, holy grail, money is no object Tele be? And they go, probably about 54, 55. So, and I go, okay, what pickups would you put in them? And then it's like all over the place.
Yeah,
I like the sound of a vintage Tele bridge pickup, but they can get a little bitey sometimes.
Right.
How about the neck pickup? They're neck
worthless.
pickup. Yeah, I never use a neck pickup. So
Well, you were saying they were also covered with brass, or something like that, right?
Yeah, the original deal was the cover wasn't the modern, what we call silver steel. It was actually, a nickel, it was a brass plated with chrome, and man, all that chrome plating in the brass and stuff like that, it just was like...
Right, and these are actually uncovered.
And so that's the other piece of the magic on these things. So in essence, what we've got is a bridge pickup that certainly does the whole Tele Country twang thing, but is always, sweet.
Yeah.
And what we've got, and never piercing, and what we've got in the neck is basically just a world-class neck pickup. The way I put it, it's like, man, Strat players will be envying your neck pickup on your Tele, and that never happens.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and the other thing that you'll notice, by the way, is because of the fact that both pickups are great, usable tones in themselves, they blend in a way, again, that Tele players are not used to having. Usually, when you put the pickup selector in the middle position on a Tele, you're still getting mostly bridge, because the neck is so subdued that it's not adding that much. Here, you get all of that complexity, again, that Strat players have been used to and Tele players don't normally get. So, here's a little everything it's got. I'm going to let you go.
With the chords, that's full-on bridge pickup. And it's still really, really beautiful. And the So I've never played this guitar, by the way.
What did I tell you about that middle pickup?
Oh yeah, no, that's great. I love it. It's like it's not quite like out of phase like it would be on a Strat, but it still has kind of some of that like mid-range boost that you get from the middle positions in a Strat, which is awesome. But it's still really open sounding. It's not quite like Steve Miller, but it's definitely different than the two pickups by themselves. Ringy and beautiful, and then
roll the tone down on that neck pickup.
ooh, wow. That's cool. Great, man. Very, very cool. I love it, Vaughn. Awesome. And I think I'm hearing what you were talking about with the clarity being a little bit more perceptible, or what's the word I'm looking for? You perceive it a little grander without the cover on. It's beautiful. There's like that snap is
It's actually
more,
usable.
Yeah, it's a little bit more present, you know? God, that's just fat, too. And the thing is, like, even with the tone all the way up in the bridge, it's never like ripping my eardrums out. It's still bright, but there's complexities.
That's the beauty of Alnico too, man.
Yeah, no, I love it. Great pickup setup. I mean, yeah, you know, my old man has that standard, that Tele standard, and that's been my favorite Tele. Other than one of the Roberts that I have, I like that Roberts too. But even still, sometimes they get a little bit harsh, and I feel like these pickups would do them a world of good. It's still all of the kind of bite and growl and grab and spank of what you want from the Tele, but it's just more complex and prettier, you know. Very cool. I like it.